We often hear about certain things, right? That they're just inevitable parts of aging, especially for men. Things like chronic fatigue, maybe a big shift in libido, or just that sense of confidence dwindling once you hit 60 or so.
Yeah, it's a common narrative.
Exactly. And the story usually leads us straight to, well, complex solutions, often really expensive ones, drugs, injections.
Right, the quick fix idea.
But what if that whole idea, that premise, is just incomplete? What if the real key to getting your vitality back isn't in some pharmacy cabinet?
Okay.
What if it's actually hiding in plain sight? In nature's own pantry, surprisingly simple stuff.
Interesting. So nature's bounty instead of prescriptions.
Precisely. So our mission for this deep dive, what we want to do is unpack some really intriguing insights. They come from a men's health specialist, someone with over 30 years of experience.
30 years, wow.
Yeah, and we're going to look at how just 3 kind of basic foundational fruits can potentially spark a really profound shift.
3
fruits. A shift in your physical, your emotional, even your intimate well-being. And look, this isn't just guesswork or, someone's opinion.
Right.
This is nutritional therapy that's actually validated by some pretty rigorous research and backed up by real cases.
That's the important part. It's striking, actually, how many men just sort of resign themselves to decline.
They just accept it.
Yeah, they assume that fading energy or, less passion is just an unchangeable fact of getting older. But, well, as we're going to explore today, the science, the proven science, it shows us a remarkably different path.
Okay.
It shows a path where the body is pretty much always ready to heal, always ready to respond if you give it the right fundamental support.
A right building block.
Exactly. We're talking about how a specific red fruit, a green fruit, and even a yellow fruit might fundamentally redefine how you age. It really challenges some deeply held beliefs.
Okay, let's get into it then. Let's start with that first one, the one we're calling the circulation supercharger. And it's not some exotic supplement you have to hunt down online. It's a nutritional treasure, really known for helping restore healthy blood flow, supporting prostate health, and, well, aiding firmness where it counts.
Right.
I'm talking about the pomegranate.
The pomegranate, yes. They are truly exceptional. And it's mainly because they're packed with these compounds called polyphenols.
Oh, polyphenols, okay.
Yeah, particularly a really potent one called punicolagen. Now, these compounds, they work in basically 2 critical ways for your vascular system.
2 ways.
First, they actively fight something called oxidative stress.
Right, the damage.
Exactly. Protecting that delicate lining inside your arteries. That's crucial. But second, and this is where it gets really interesting for, let's say, performance, they significantly boost your body's nitric oxide levels.
Nitric oxide, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's basically the body's master signaling molecule for relaxing and expanding blood vessels. Think of it like the traffic controller for your circulation. More nitric oxide means blood just flows more freely, more efficiently, especially, crucially, to those areas older men often, well, need it most.
That idea, boosting nitric oxide, and you mentioned the speed of it, that's fascinating.
It is.
I mean, clinical studies, right, they've actually shown men who drank pomegranate juice consistently, like daily, they saw significant improvements in things like erection quality, duration, in just 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's fast.
2 weeks with no side effects, no prescriptions needed. That just shows how biology can respond when you give it the right stuff.
Exactly right. And it plays out in real life. Take James, for example. This was a 72-year-old patient the specialist saw. He came in feeling just completely depleted.
Just worn out.
Totally. His energy, his confidence, intimacy felt like distant memories. Now, the easy assumption is, it's just his age.
Sure.
But the specialist recognized the signs. The symptoms pointed strongly towards impaired blood flow, which is, importantly, a fixable issue.
Right, not inevitable.
Not inevitable at all. So the recommendation was simple. 6 ounces of pure pomegranate juice every morning.
Just that.
Just that. And the shift James experienced was, well, remarkable. He came back reporting more energy, a much brighter outlook, this renewed sense of confidence. It really drove home the point that his issue wasn't some irreversible decline tied to age.
Wow.
It was a matter of optimizing his body's internal flow. Simple as that in his case.
Okay, that's an incredible start. The pomegranate, basically like a natural tune-up for the circulatory system.
You could say that, yeah.
But for a lot of men, it isn't just about blood flow, is it? There's that deeper thing, that more primal energy, that desire that can feel like it's fading away.
You've hit on a key point.
So what's the next piece? What tackles that sort of vital spark.
Right. So beyond circulation, we often see this quiet decline in vital energy and desire. And that's frequently linked to hormonal balance, specifically testosterone.
Ah, testosterone.
Yes. And that's where our second fruit comes in. We call it the silent testosterone booster,
Okay.
the avocado.
Avocado.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Many men, like Michael, who's a 68-year-old, pretty active retiree, they experience this shift. And they mistakenly just chalk it up to age.
Just getting older.
Exactly. But testosterone, it isn't just some number on a lab report. It's a feeling.
A feeling, right.
It's that inner drive, that self-assurance, the passion that really contributes not just to intimacy, but, over a purpose, feeling engaged with life.
And the avocado plays a specific role here. It's quite impactful, you're saying.
It really is. Its power is quite remarkable, actually, primarily because it's rich in monounsaturated fats.
The healthy fats.
The healthy fats, precisely. And these are fundamental building blocks your body absolutely needs to produce testosterone.
Okay.
But beyond that, it also provides crucial minerals, things like magnesium and zinc. Both are vital for male hormonal balance.
Magnesium and zinc. Okay.
And maybe most importantly, it's loaded with vitamin B6.
B6. What does that do?
Well, B6 plays a key role in helping to lower cortisol.
The stress hormone.
Exactly, the stress hormone, which can silently kind of strangle your testosterone production over time, especially chronic stress. So you see, the avocado offers this comprehensive support for hormonal vitality.
And you mentioned Michael. The impact on him was pretty quick.
Genuinely swift, yeah.
Yeah.
When Michael started integrating just half an avocado into his daily routine, just half an avocado a day, the change was almost immediate. Within about a week, his energy surged. He reported feeling more present, more alive. His mood noticeably lifted. Even his sleep deepened.
Wow, in a week.
It really underscored that his body wasn't broken. It simply needed the right fuel to kind of reignite that foundational fire he thought was gone for good.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how many other simple everyday choices like that we might be overlooking.
Exactly. We often chase these complex, expensive solutions when the fundamental building blocks are quite literally right there in the grocery store.
Okay, so we've covered circulation with pomegranate, hormones with avocado. But what about just that basic day-to-day energy, that feeling of just having gas in the tank?
All right.
We often think of our next fruit, the banana, just for, preventing a leg cramp during exercise.
The potassium myth, yeah. Or, well, not myth, but limited view.
Right. But you're calling it the power plant that fuels every cell in your body. That sounds like a huge claim for the humble banana.
It might sound like it, but it's true. The banana is often underestimated, but it's absolutely a foundational power source. So if the pomegranate is kind of clearing the pathways, the river, and the avocado is the forge, building the hormones,
Right.
then the banana is the power plant, providing consistent energy for every single cell. They are, yes, loaded with potassium.
Okay, potassium.
And that mineral does way more than just prevent cramps. It's a natural protector of your arterial health. It helps keep blood pressure in check, and it ensures that the blood, which the pomegranate helped optimize, can actually move freely.
So it works together.
It works together. Plus, bananas also pack magnesium and vitamin B6, again.
Those came up with avocado, too.
They did. They work behind the scenes here, subtly relaxing blood vessels, shielding your arteries. But the real magic, maybe, is their ability to provide that readily available fuel, the kind your body needs to produce energy right down at the cellular level. This helps prevent those common energy slumps or crashes.
Ah, so steady energy.
Steady energy. They also help regulate blood sugar.
Yeah.
And they contain tryptophan.
Tryptophan, like in turkey, makes you sleepy.
Well, your body converts it into serotonin.
Ah, the feel-good hormone.
Exactly. Which helps calm stress and lift your mood. So it's really a complete package for stable energy and a stable mood.
And we saw this play out, too. You mentioned Thomas.
Yes, Thomas, a 73-year-old retired school principal. He described feeling constantly tired, not just physically drained, but mentally foggy too.
Just that overall fatigue.
Yeah, and he found a significant shift within days just by starting his mornings with a banana.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
That.
He didn't just report having more energy, he felt steadier. He wasn't crashing mid-morning anymore. It just shows how having that consistent energy flow simplifies everything else in life, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Focus, clarity, just getting through the day without feeling wiped out.
Performance when it matters. Everything.
Okay, this is fascinating. Pomegranate for flow, avocado for hormones, banana for fuel. But now, this brings us to what you hinted at earlier, the most powerful part, maybe.
I believe so.
The synergy, the combined power of these three working together. Our specialist, he really emphasizes that aging itself doesn't break a man.
No.
But giving up does. And that your body is always, always ready to respond if you give it the right support.
That's the core message. And it naturally leads to the question.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we put this together effectively? How do we leverage that synergy?
Right, the action plan.
Exactly. The bonus tip, the action plan, is something we call the Morning Vitality Trio.
Okay, the trio.
And look, this isn't some complicated smoothie recipe or anything. It's a powerful principle for giving your body consistent support right from the start of the day.
So what's the ritual?
The ritual is incredibly simple. When you wake up, before anything else really, start your day with a 6-ounce glass of pure pomegranate juice,
6 ounces, got it.
alongside half an avocado and 1 banana,
All together in the morning.
all together. And the synergy is the key here. Each fruit really amplifies the benefits of the others.
How does that work?
Well, think about it. The pomegranate primes your arteries, gets them ready for optimal blood flow thanks to that nitric oxide boost.
Okay.
Then the avocado comes in with those healthy fats. They actually help stabilize the natural sugars from the banana.
Preventing the sugar spike and crash.
Exactly. Ensuring steady, sustained fuel, not a quick burst followed by a slump. And then the banana itself delivers that potassium, which works beautifully in harmony with the nitric oxide boosted by the pomegranate, while also providing that foundational cellular energy we talked about.
Yeah.
It's like a precisely calibrated combination.
Like telling your body first thing in the morning.
Exactly. You're telling it, okay, let's rebuild, let's optimize right from hour one.
What's so compelling, I think, is just how simple this is.
It really is.
This straightforward, maybe 5-minute ritual. It could potentially have a deeper, more lasting impact than almost any expensive supplement out there.
Because you're using whole foods.
Right. You're giving your body exactly what it needs in the form it recognizes best, this bioavailable form, and in an order it can actually use most effectively.
That's the idea.
We really want to encourage you, the listener, just try it. Try it for a week. See how you feel. Feel the difference yourself.
Absolutely. And remember, this isn't really about chasing youth, trying to turn back the clock in some artificial way.
No.
It's about claiming the vitality that is fundamentally yours, that your body's capable of. It's about making conscious choices, choosing foods that fuel your strength, habits that restore your energy. It's about understanding that the body's capacity for healing, for regeneration, it's truly profound. It's often just waiting for the right signals, the right inputs.
Exactly. And it makes you think. If simple, natural approaches like this, backed by decades of clinical experience and solid research, can potentially redefine vitality and performance for men over 60. What other aspects of what we call inevitable decline might also be within our power to influence, just through informed, simple choices?
That's a powerful question to ponder.
It really is. We invite you to reflect on that idea. Maybe consider what other areas of your own well-being might benefit from a similar kind of deep dive, looking into natural science-backed solutions.